so pumped and excited to be playing Expedition Online Season 6.
I'm really happy to be here.
I'm digging it so far. George has got a great team. But I'm already in game mode. Like, I can't lie. Like, it's fun to, like, meet people and do the introductions and, like, hey, I do this. Oh, you're so cool. I love you. Oh, my God, this is so much fun. Like, that's fun and all. But at the same time, like, I'm already thinking, like, okay, I need these people gone.
I'm excited to be on George's team. George is a player like no other, and he said we could slide into his DMs. I've never slid into anyone's DM before. I guess I'm 45 and Facebook's been enough for me, but I'm going to have to learn. So, geeky mom, excited, a lot of nice people.
My mom's texting me. I can't wait to tell her how it went.
I am so freaking pumped to be on Sandra's team. She is the queen for a reason.
I just promised the world to every super person that I talked to. I didn't even talk to the hottest guy that was on the show. Fuck. That guy that looks like Ozzy from Survivor. Digital, get down. Just you and me. Ozzy.
Courtney's a very eccentric person. I love that about her. She reminds me a lot of Carolyn. Like, she's so exuberant, and I love that about her. But that's obviously not Sondra's vibe at all.
Observation 1 about myself. I need to tone myself down. If I can just play it stupid with these people, with these humans, and play it stupid, and like I'm just like having fun, I think I'm good. As long as I tone myself down tomorrow.
Hello and welcome everyone to Expedition Online Season 6. We have Team George, Team Sandra, 18 explorers starting off here round 1. The name of this season is Uluru. Uluru is a large sandstone formation in the center of Australia. For today's challenge, we will go over to our challenge coordinator, Jess, to explain what's going on.
Greetings, explorers. Challenge coordinator Jess here with the Crown Your Majesty relay. The first balance explorer for your party will start at the end where there are 2 rolls of toilet paper. When we say go, they will put 1 roll of toilet paper on their head, put their hands down at their sides, and walk to the other end. You will place the second roll on top because we got to build that royal crown. At your side the whole time. If they fall down, you walk back, reset. You also have to kiss royalty's ring. So you will balance that last roll on the back of one of your hands. Once you have successfully completed that, the first brain power explorer will unscramble their word scramble. Once the brain power explorer has answered correctly, the next balance explorer will go. We'll keep going until all explorers have competed, and the party with the shortest time wins exemption. Good luck.
Let's go.
Okay. Player number 1, Joshy, you will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good.
Good.
Joshy, done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hadn't clicked watch stream. Oh. Ooh, wow. Okay. My goodness. Survivor. Yeah. Royalty. Survivor royalty.
All right, Courtney, go.
Yep. I have to start over. Yes or no?
Courtney?
Yes. Do I have to start over?
No, you've got to go back one more time with the roll on your hand.
Two.
I'm going to stop your clock until we figure out what the problem is because I can't hear you. Courtney, what's the matter?
Do I have to start? Do I have to start with two? Because I have two.
Yes. Now you're going to come back the other way with it on your hand. The third one on your hand.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go, Courtney. Come on. You got this. You got this. Courtney, you need it on your hand. On the back of your hand, Courtney. It's not 3 on top of your head. It's 2 on top of your head and one on your hand.
Are you kidding me?
And go. All right, Jess is across with the first one easily. Stacking up the second one. Make sure you get your hands down before you start walking. All right, and she's bouncing. Going back to readjust a little bit. Cool. Oh, she's on her way up. Going back. Once you get the hang of it,
You can do it.
you'll get
You got this, Jess.
This is when you find out that your head is more round than you think. We're 2 minutes into this challenge.
What am I doing?
On the back of your hand. Yeah.
Back of my head. Okay.
What are you doing?
No, Courtney, what are you doing? You need listen to me. You need 2 of the toilet paper rolls on top of your head. And then, like you saw in the video, you need the third one. You need to balance it on the back of your hand. So you need to have your hand flat out in front of you and then the toilet paper roll on top of it. Make believe the toilet paper roll is your ring on that hand.
I got it. I'm not Jack, I promise.
Cool. Okay, just bring it home.
Easiest leg. I'll go backwards. I'll do it again. I don't care.
Okay.
But
Okay. Kristin, go.
Oh boy. Exemption challenge.
That is correct.
And she's made it with the second roll, on her way back with the third. Two on the head and 1 on the hand. Gotta kiss the royal ring. Looking like real royalty over here. 4.5 minutes in. Oh, she's getting serious now. Taking off the glasses. Jess means business. She's got it readjusted. Starting across. I think slow and steady is the way to go here. Eli will be up next with the first word scramble.
Maybe try one going fast, and hopefully, like, your momentum will keep them up.
find that little tiny spot as an idiot. That's where you need to be.
Slow. There you go.
Okay, got it. Done.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm so sorry, guys.
You're
Great
good.
job,
everyone.
Great job, everyone.
cancer, the 15 surgeries. You can do it, Jess. You can do it.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All
There we
right.
go. No,
All
no,
right,
no. That was
you
epic.
Nah, you're
No,
good.
great job,
Jealous.
Jess.
Jess. You did it, girl.
Am I good to go?
Austin, you're good.
I took 20,000 times. You'll be less than that.
And everything feels, time goes slower as it feels when you're in a challenge.
Hey, you forget that Survivor challenges are heavily edited.
Yes.
Nice.
Great job,
Right.
Austin.
Very
Good job,
good.
Austin.
Go.
Welcome.
So weird to see the other tribe. They're like strangers.
Who are these people?
I know. I was like, wait, who's that?
I know. I'm looking at like Kara's hair, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Kara's hair is like fantastic. She looks like she just got off of a horse, and I love her.
Okay, some of you have noticed that I called today's challenge a challenge and not an exemption challenge, which is a little weird, I thought. So, here we are with our first twist of the season. We will have 2 crossroads this evening. Both of you will be going to crossroads. The winning party will be attending the losing party's crossroads. Now, they will be there strictly as an audience. They do not have a vote. And then they will go right into their own crossroads once the losing party has left. So nobody has exemption for this evening. The winner of this challenge was Team Sandra with a time of 10:36. We'll see you guys at Crossroads.
Oh man. So with them getting to see what goes on, I mean, it's not like there's gonna be much that goes on because they're gonna be doing the same thing. You know, everybody has to pick somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm sorry.
Keep tight lips, though.
Jess,
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
That makes me feel so much better. Despite we're still going to Crossroads, that made me feel so much better.
He's like, we took the dub. It doesn't matter.
This sucks. Day 1.
I fucking lost it for us.
Oh my goodness. Well,
We fucking won. We fucking won, dude. Okay.
No Sandra bench over here.
Nope.
That's right.
can we go talk in some of these other rooms right now or no?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys want to just like jump in like 3, 2, 1 or something?
Sure.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Okay, 3, 2. Oh wait, 3, 2, 1.
I feel bad throwing out names, so I will gladly go if anyone has any ideas.
Hey, look, honestly, that challenge, the puzzle people killed that. I couldn't have done any better in the puzzles. It, looked at it and boom.
Well, the thing is that, like, I remember, this was some of the conversations I had yesterday. Sondra.
Oh, okay.
I was in a room with Courtney and Bob.
Okay.
And I started telling them, they asked me about Uber and stuff, so I started telling the story about my worst Uber experience that happened a couple of days ago. And, like, as soon as I start telling the story, Sondra just immediately leaves. Like, dips out immediately. And it's just like, that's gonna put a sour taste in my mouth, because I get it. I sometimes I can be a little long-winded, but I barely even started the story. I barely started talking.
I never got any vibe of anybody that wanted one person out. Like, nobody said any names or anything, but I don't know. Like, it just seemed like when Courtney was talking just now, like, everybody was quiet, so I didn't know if I was picking up on that people weren't taking Courtney or what.
No, I definitely agree that, because Courtney today I was kind of worried, like, okay, Courtney missed, like, very easily access information in the video. The video was pretty cut and dry, like, what to do.
Right.
And that kind of does give me a cause of concern.
I just came in here to tell Jess, like, because I was nervous. I don't want people to vote out Jess for that challenge performance. Like, I would feel horrible.
No, absolutely not.
And so I came in here and I was like, Jess, like I'm looking at these emojis and I think that like I'm solved it. Like we can get something to play. And she was like, it's already been taken. So I was like, okay, well then never mind.
Yep, it has. It's definitely been taken. I went there and they were like, yep, it's already been found.
I do know that somebody did find the compass because today I solved the puzzle and it said that somebody already claimed it.
What was it? It was driving me insane. I know it was token teams.
Token Sheens. So I literally last night I could have gotten it, but they did a double, so the farmer and the tooth was JT.
Oh my gosh, I had a feeling with that
Like,
too, but I
literally could have
really did
it, and
that.
I was like,
Dang, that sucks. Okay, well, okay. So what are you guys thinking like for this evening? Like I feel like this sucks. Like like is there a thought yet, or is it more everyone we're just all kind of tiptoeing around?
I assume since no one's telling me a name, everyone's voting for me.
I'm yes, absolutely not.
I'll also just say
we don't want to hurt you at all.
I don't want to do that either.
No, and I don't really have that. I can understand maybe why you might think that, but I can say with hand on my heart that's not what I plan to do tonight.
Okay. Well,
I know what I'm not going to do. I don't know what I am going to do yet. If that makes sense.
I mean, I feel like this is what I feel. I feel like everyone's going like, well, that's so nice, but she said she could do it twice, and she just fucked the whole damn thing. And then people are going, oh, Erin's really nice, but she has come late 2 nights, and so, but it'll probably be me.
Oh wow, no, I don't like either of those options.
I started sweating and shaking, and I was like, once I started sweating, my hair got slippery. And I'm so like good at competitions normally. Like
I don't hold that against you at all. I just am now thinking like it seems like the four of us are on the same page. So should the four of us just like
I mean, I haven't talked to anyone so I don't know.
I'm game. If we have numbers, I'll vote for whoever is on.
Yeah, is there anybody like okay, should we go around and say like who we don't want to vote? You know what I mean? Like should we just process elimination, like just knock names off, you know what I mean? Like Big Brother with E-Wheel. Like we each just kind of pick somebody that we're like maybe I kind of still want to like get to know them. And then by that point, we'll be left with one person, actually, since there's 9 of us here. And there's 8, and we picked 2. So, okay, do you guys want to do that? Or, sorry, I feel like so awkward, like being like, how are we going to get someone out of here?
No, I think the process of elimination is better than implying that there's a name that's being left out.
Exactly. Okay, let's do that then.
Yes.
I would choose Cara. I think Cara's cool. I think Cara definitely is like somebody that like would gel well with most of us here.
Okay. I agree. I would say Thomas.
I don't really know either way.
Yeah, okay, Joseph, that's a good one too. Like I like Thomas a lot too. Like
yeah, I definitely like Ryan. I feel like he was really quick on the draw. I mean, honestly, so were you, Eli. So I felt like you two are like, oh, we need to keep you guys around for like puzzles and like.
Okay, and then Jess, who would you? I think that leaves Megan and Erin.
Megan and Erin. Well, I mean, you know, Megan. I like Erin a lot.
I think we've all said too, like we like Erin. I mean, so does that sound like a plan with the 4 of us? Is anyone like sketched by that? If we vote Megan?
No, I'm not scared.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that works for me. I mean, it's gonna like it'll be awkward, but like, what do you do? I could go talk to Erin and tell her that like 4 of us are locked in. We would just need that 5th, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm trying to look at to see if there's any space. And then there's some space in the trail too. One of us can go into there.
Megan!
I feel like everyone is leaning Jess, but no one really wants to say it. Is the vibe I'm getting. I don't know.
It was just tough watching that challenge.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like happy to go with an easy vote.
Yeah, if we're all on the same page, then it's not like we have to awkwardly go back to camp and be like, so.
Is there anyone that's like jumping out to you that's like the other?
I haven't had a chance to talk to Cara or Erin yet, but
I honestly haven't talked to Eli or Erin, and they've been, I'm not gonna lie, they've been glued to each other. in these rooms. I've kind of noticed.
Oh, I'm not noticing. I need to pay more attention.
I just stuck with Ryan a little bit. He seems gamey, but also on the same page of like what we're all trying to do right now.
There is a spot open if one of us wants to hop in with Jess and Ryan and kind of see if we can catch the tail end of what they're listening to.
Okay, I haven't really talked to Ryan at all, actually. I might jump in there if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. I think
Okay, they're coming after you. Eli's coming after you. Joseph might
Oh,
be
what
in
the
on it.
fuck?
Yeah, we gotta be quick. I want to push
Jess?
for like Erin or Eli.
Aaron. Oh, what the why? Why am I such a threat?
So the tighter like core you can have to at least have ears everywhere is of the utmost importance, in my opinion.
Well, I'm happy to make this a trio right now and just keep each other out of other people's mouths. And if we hear it, flag it and try and pivot it. You know, I would love to do that since we picked this room and it's, you know, I like the two of you. I think you got a good energy. I think you know what you're doing and know how to play. And
yeah,
you know,
I think we've already proven that we think alike, even if it's something as slight as looking ahead. Like I think that shows the kind of people we are.
Totally.
In my day-to-day, I'm like, I have my people and I stick with them. I'm more than happy just to look out for you two. I mean, I like you both anyway. I said it in my confessional yesterday, so.
Cool. Okay, well then who? I mean, you want to quickly just run through the people that aren't in here? We've got Eli, Cara, Joseph, Austin, and
Aaron.
I don't want to fault Jess. I don't want to fault Erin for not being here. I think that's would be kind of a shitty way to put a target on someone. Just like it would be shitty to put it on you for missing. I will say, and I'm not throwing out a name, the fact that she is the experienced one in ORGs, it does make me nervous.
What were you got? Like, is there anything that we're thinking like outside of this right now?
I just don't feel like I've done enough like socializing with the other groups to really have a target in mind. I'm getting big Erin first boot energy from this whole situation because
I hope not, dude.
I was kind of hoping like maybe some of the other people that hadn't talked to me would join this one with me and Jess and like talk to us.
Who have you chatted with and his name's been thrown out? I mean, I hate just to jump into strategy, but
no, I'm down for that. I was only in a room with Sandra and like she didn't really say much about a name or anything.
Okay.
And then I kind of was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go and see if I can talk to someone, because I'm like, well, if she's not saying anything, then like,
yeah.
right.
Oh, but just I think like for me in my room, and I was talking with oh my god, I have to remember everyone's names. Bar, Courtney, and Annie. And Courtney and Bar kind of threw out Sandra's name.
Okay.
And then Kristin was saying that Josh was also being like, not like explicitly throwing out her name, but being like, I'm not getting good vibes, like trying to like test the waters type of thing.
Like, what are you feeling? Like, where was your head at before? Like, because I know you just said you only had talked to Sandra and you weren't really getting any names. Did you have like feelings any certain way?
Yeah. So you didn't get it. I didn't get it. I mean, in process of elimination, I really think Annie did.
Annie might, I think maybe, but I want her on our side then.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so what name are we thinking tonight?
I think Kristin, because I haven't really talked to her. Have you talked to her at all? She hasn't even tried to talk to me at all. So I just feel like if she's not talking to me, then she's not.
Try and talk to her. Try and go talk to her, and then let's circle back and see.
I keep saying I wanted to get to know you, but she hasn't tried to get to know me at all. Everybody else kind of has, but I'm saying, Pinky promise, I will not vote your fucking name down. I'm not doing it. I promise. Nope. And if you tell me any name, I'm a number for you. I promise. I just don't want to be the first person voted off.
Courtney definitely wants to work with you. Like, I just want you to know. I didn't know if that seemed obvious. She at least told me that with you not present. So,
it for me, I got the vibes that she's definitely not gonna write my name down.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just here's the thing with me, big personalities, they scare me sometimes.
I agree, but I think in a way we I think me, you, and Annie, Courtney really likes, and
we could balance her out.
Exactly, and I think that she is the perfect shield for us, going forward, and I feel like she seems like the type of person who, like, if she actually was going to backstab us, it would put her through, like, emotional toil. But she's, like, a nice person, and I don't think she's going to backstab us. Like, at the end of the day, like, I think that is good for me, you, and Annie, aka the kids' table.
So far, the only names that I see that seem to be on the table, like, flat out, are either Megan or Jess. Like, I'd be surprised if it was any name that wasn't one of those two.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the names I've heard too.
Okay. You know what? I appreciate this direction because there's been none thus far, so this is good. Been a lot of who do you feel good about, and hasn't been a lot of who is it? You know?
Right. No, I that's for a while I was the same way. Like,
Well, okay, so if the three of us are going to talk candidly, then if it were to be one of them, who would you prefer?
Well, I say if you're asking the question, go ahead and answer it first.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to.
So here's where I'm at. I have had more people say Megan to me than I've had say Jess to me.
I've heard a lot of, and myself saying it voting out Jess feels a little yucky because she tried something and she's here for the right reasons, not to make this a fucking bachelor.
But right when you stepped out, Megan was like, I'm about tribe strength, let's just vote Jess. And I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, it's a name that's out there, and if people are saying let's vote Jess, but really let's vote Megan, I'm not opposed.
Yeah, that's how I am.
I even told Megan, I was like, I 100% want to keep Jess. I was like, there's not a fiber in my body that is like gonna like eliminate her, because I feel like one that's just stupid to do as in terms of gameplay, like get rid of somebody who could be a number, you know.
Okay.
Like, you know, if you work with Jess and like help her out, like she's gonna be loyal to like the team and not try to like connive. So I'm like,
especially because she feels so vulnerable right now. Like she's primed to bring in as a number of, and then we'll feel gratitude that it wasn't her. You know,
I'm good.
Are you pinky promise? Pinky promise? Because I pinky promise nobody said your name.
It's honestly
Because I like literally, I just don't want to be the first one voted out.
No. So
I've heard Kristin. I've heard Sandra, and then I've heard Annie. But Annie's the least that I've heard. It's more Sondra and Kristin.
If that's the case and Sondra has an idol, then worst case scenario, Kristin goes home if we vote for Sondra.
Right. But then I don't want to be bamboozled.
For missing all the stuff about the challenge, that could be a liability later or whatever.
It totally can. But look, it didn't hinder us tonight, even with that craziness.
It didn't. But it's just like that fear, like potentially going forward. Throwing it like someone threw it out to me. I was like, I don't know. I said I'd consider it if there was enough votes behind it, but
I'll just picture tomorrow night. Sons, Courtney.
Yeah.
If you promise it, you
promise.
Pinky promise me.
Pinky promise. Perfect. We're good. Courtney, we're good. This is gonna work. Fine. Okay.
I literally be a showmancy vibe, but I like please promise me that you are not fucking me over.
I'm not fucking you over. I promise, Courtney. I promise I'm not fucking you over.
Like, even if that did cost us to win tonight, it's like, oh, we were going there anyway, so it's like, what's the big deal? But like, I just don't want to get in a position where like that happens again, because like whenever I play survivor like games, I just want to win the trial. Like, I don't want to be overplaying. I don't want to be doing all this strategy talk. I just want to win the challenge. Win immunity, win exemption.
Yeah.
Let people sweat it out. I don't want to be doing all the mental gymnastics and shit.
You make a really good point. I just want to say something. If we had lost, I think it would be a lot different conversations going on right now. It'd be I could be totally off, but I think that it would be easier for people to lean towards the weak link.
In my confessional, I said I will do anything to help this man win. If I'm number 2 and I ride his coattails to the end and I help him win, I do not care. I literally said that out loud.
over my confessional. Like Shane could show you
Courtney,
back.
I already trust you. I already
Well,
trust you. We're
right
good.
to your coattails to the fucking end. I said I you till the end.
It sucks because I think Courtney will work with us, but the part of this is being stirred up by her. And I just think it's her own personal paranoia that's getting to it. Just because it's like, to my knowledge, unless she's lying to me, she said this is her first game, and she seems like a really like happy and excited person to do this, and she just really doesn't want to get voted out.
Yeah,
Especially because this is like a really nice game too. Like, and
right. I had no. So what they did is everyone eliminated. Like someone said, "Oh, I want to keep," or Joseph said he wanted to keep Tom, and then
Did anybody say to keep me?
yes,
Okay,
and then
cool.
I think I'm sorry, I get confused on names.
You're
and then
fine.
I think Austin said you. So whoever was in with me, Austin said Cara. Thought Cara was pretty chill.
Okay.
The only other name I heard was maybe Jess.
I know, and that's like the obvious vote, which
Yeah.
just breaks my heart. Like,
I
but
know.
also, like, that was tough to watch, you know. But she's such a mom, and like like the we can do hard things. Like she's already like pulling at the heartstrings, you know.
I know. I know.
And I also just like not to metagame it, but I don't like the idea of like voting out as somebody who's older as well. The person who's taking on the motherly role. You know, I would
Right.
rather try and work with them because I think that she's gonna feel really vulnerable right now. And I'm sure she's in like apologetic self-preservation mode, which is someone who's really good to get on your side if there's a name that is, you know, people are starting to say. So
That's true.
um,
No, I guess could I be honest?
please.
I guess she like a little bit concerned me yesterday when I spoke to her because she was like, "Oh, you were so quiet when we were in the group," and I was like, "If you're thinking that, then that kind of concerns me." So now that worries me a little bit about
And so
if
do you think
she's throwing me out.
she might be throwing you out? How about let's do this. I want to get in a room with her and see what she's saying. And if I hear her saying your name, then I'll come to you because I think at the end of the day, I would be okay with putting her name down tonight as much as I wouldn't want to. There probably are a couple other people that I would rather put, but if we're looking at sort of the crossing of where the intersections are and who's the outliers, and we want to focus on the outliers, you know, I'm happy to put her down.
So who do you like or don't like on the
So
team?
right now, another reason I'm nervous is because like I really like Erin, but she hasn't like the time has been kind of like iffy, and so I know it's like not really in her control, but like I'm kind of nervous like telling people like I like Erin a lot because they're gonna be like, well, she's like another easy choice, you know what I mean? But outside of that, and maybe Cara, I think Cara's pretty chill. Like I felt like most of the ladies on the tribe, like I kind of just like vibe with. Like you guys are all like really chill, and like I like.
I like Cara. Cara's nice.
Okay.
I haven't been able to talk to Erin much, which has been kind of frustrating because she is like so knowledgeable. I just want to like chat with her for a bit.
Yeah, no, same. That's how I feel like about Thomas because like I haven't talked to him really at all, but he seems like so personable, and I'm like, oh man, like he's probably like charming everybody, and I haven't got a chance to chat with him yet.
Does anyone? I feel like maybe we should jump. I don't feel like I want to on any of your names. Jess, I don't think it's.
I agree.
Jess,
I don't want to write down your name. You're my musical buddy.
There you go, Austin.
No, I meant Thomas. I'm sorry.
Oh,
but both of you.
That's who I heard
Either
too.
of you.
I
know Erin and I feel good.
Yeah, I don't have a problem like not voting y'all's names.
But we need
because I feel like
I
you
know.
all lovely energy.
I mean,
likewise.
I'm going to give it my all, right? So like that's who I am because I am a helper. How can I help is my tagline. I swear to goodness, you know, and I'm doing this for my own nonprofit, which helps, you know, kids within the greater Charlotte area. I am super passionate.
Corey, is Megan a name you'd be interested in? Do you have a good relationship with Megan?
I wasn't thinking her. I do like her, so I would
Yeah, I wasn't thinking her until
wouldn't want
five
to.
5 minutes ago when I heard other people were thinking her.
What was the
That's
reasoning?
Eli proposed that
It was
everyone
like
would
Oh,
fall.
and her
Yeah.
name was left out. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that's the boat. I like Megan. That's my only
I like her too. Yeah.
hold up. But I haven't heard either of y'all's names, like a lick of it. So there's comfort in that, I
No,
suppose.
I haven't heard any of yours either, which is great.
It's gonna be kind of pretty obvious because I just dipped out of this other chat, but I really wanted to kind of like see where you guys were at. I'm hoping we can kind of sway towards somebody else, but like you guys pick a name and we can try to swing
We
this.
just do Jess. Like,
I
or
so
who do you want to do?
I was thinking her too.
We have to get 2 other people on whoever. So
Holy shit. Sandra is voting for Annie.
She is.
Courtney
Oh.
and Annie, which is here. Those are the only 2 names that I've heard.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
You're down for Courtney?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't want her to go. Because I just love what she brings and how much entertainment she brings. I think Annie has the compass.
This is Annie. Annie's here.
I know. I'm looking right at her. She can't see me. Like, Annie, I think you have the compass. I don't want you to go because I don't want you to throw that shit on us.
I do not have the compass.
But at any rate, what? Your face.
Oh, I'm smiling all the time, but I promise you, I do not have the compass.
Damn. Josh.
What?
No, I'm messing. I swear I don't have it.
Nah, I'll admit I tried for it. I was trying hard.
We got 2 minutes until we've got to show up over there. You guys, Courtney, Annie, was that the first time that somebody told you that your name was said tonight?
Yes.
Well, just so you know, I'm the one that first told you that. Keep that in mind.
Who's saying it?
I don't think I'm not. First of all, I don't know if I know everybody's name well enough to tell you the truth. I just called Josh Rocky a second ago.
Not you call me Rocky. We're not in the same shade. Oh my God.
Does she 100% have the compass?
It's either Annie or Sondra. Because I definitely don't have it.
I don't have it
I
either.
definitely don't have it.
But Joshy, the cute guy, who I was like, I wouldn't have a showmance with him.
You should get in a showmance with him.
I like want to so bad. But he was the only person that said, I've heard your name.
Everyone's scared about her having a compass. I don't think she does. It was, to my knowledge, that paranoia was started by Courtney, and I think Courtney's just scared to go first. That is what I think.
Well, look, to be honest,
What's
I
that?
was separated. Like, oh, Cara, it's nice to chat.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I tried chatting to Cara, and it was slightly painful.
She's really sweet. She's really sweet.
She's
and
really
shy.
sweet, but it was I felt, I don't know whether it's maybe nerves of like having not done something like this before, but she is probably at the moment the person that I've been able to just at least make a connection with. And it's not like I haven't talked to her. I've tried, and it wasn't the most out of any other conversations that I've had.
Yeah.
I find she tends to like just go with the flow, right? She's very, you know,
Agreed.
she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not going to be the leader, or like I don't know, she's not going to lead the charge on anything, which.
Something to consider.
But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, it could get around. But at the same time, I feel like I want to work with people. Like, I get a good vibe from you two that if I felt like I could come and talk to you and bounce an idea off you, and not have to worry about either it going around in circles to someone else, or we're actually able to have a conversation. And
Okay, so we have 11 minutes. I'm very nervous.
Oh my god.
How are you
Eli?
feeling, Cara?
A little stressed.
A little, yeah. I feel that. Is
I don't know.
The thing I don't know if I told you yet, Eli, is that someone had said that I was putting Kara's name out, and because I would said something about her being quiet, and I was like, no, that was Mama Jess. Like,
yeah, no. I was gonna say like
Okay.
Cara. I haven't heard that at all. I was gonna say like, and I feel like good with Cara and Jess. I was like, that's weird.
and
Like,
then,
yeah,
and
I
then
feel
Joseph, I have no qualm with anyone. I'll go whatever direction I can to stay in because I wanna, I wanna be here, but I'm also understanding of what happened today.
Yeah, I would say with me, I don't want what happened today to be the reason you go home. And so for
Well,
me,
we got
I think
9 minutes to make that happen, Eli. So someone's
yeah,
got to
no,
stop.
but I mean, like, that's like just how, but okay, do you think we're gonna do it again? Probably not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so for my, like, when I'm thinking of it, like, I would rather vote Megan than you because I don't want you to go home on that. And I think I just like working with you. I do like you. And so to
Okay.
me, like, if somebody's saying, oh, Jess is easy, I like in the inverse, I say like Megan's easy.
Well, what's your opinion on Cara?
I think she's. I mean, it's superficial to say I think she seems sweet. You know, like she seems nice. She seems pleasant. She is a little quiet. And our one-on-one didn't feel like it was like this immediate, like, yes, I got you, you got me. It was kind of a let's stuff it out.
I just want you to know, like, you are gonna be like my number one person, so I don't want you to like worry.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm worried that this might come out, so I wanted to tell you like ahead of time. I've played this game before. So, like, yes, but it was in like a previous like season. You're the only person I've told. Okay. So, and you'll be the only person I will tell. But
You were right. I was telling my husband about you ridiculously enough. I'm like, when I said I never thought so much about people I don't know, I was like, because I was like, oh my God, I love this guy. Like, I was like writing stuff down because I wanted to remember, like, I was like, yeah. And you want to know what I wrote about you? It's really funny. Awesome. Has cat. I think he takes notes secretly. Disney grump and union lawyer. Ronald McDonald House. Big heart.
Ronald
That's
McDonald
House. Isn't that who you were going for? The charity?
Oh, no. I'm doing the Trevor Project.
Oh my God, you're doing the Trevor Project? That is amazing.
Thank you, yeah.
Okay,
but I wanted you to know, like, you're my number one.
Ride or die?
So, yeah, ride or die. Like, I trust Ryan, but I feel like Ryan also might, like, view me as a threat, knowing I might have played this game, so I trust you with that knowledge more.
You know what Ryan told me about you? He said he felt really good about you.
Okay.
And
Good.
Said that
I like
he said you were, like, in the 4 people he felt the best with.
Okay, cool. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Okay. Awesome.
Are we sketched out about Joseph, or we feel good about him?
I'd rather keep him.
You know, Joe. No. Joe, hold on. I have to go ahead. Tom did not want to vote for Megan. No, Tom did not want to vote for Megan at all. He was in the original group with him, and he did. When her name came up, he tried to move that, like, very subtly.
He's somebody I'm worried about. Like, I think Thomas is really cool, but I'm also like, I recognize gameplay, and I feel like.
And can we just talk about? I know how attractive that man is. He's really attractive. Why is he doing this? Like,
it makes me want to get him out even more.
He's that attractive. Like, is he in, like, movies? What is he doing?
I mean, he's
my husband. I was like, that guy is, like, not someone you run into in life. Attractive.
I'm gonna head back to base camp because we'll probably need to be going there anyway.
Yeah, let's go there and be awkward.
Perfect.
Jess, okay, we have a minute. What name are you hearing? Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. I can talk. I have heard Megan. Cara, can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay. Are you ready? Are you Cara? Megan? We got about someone.
All right, welcome to everyone to our first Crossroads of the season. We have all 18 explorers here this evening. We're only focused in right now on Team George. You guys lost the challenge today.
First up, we're going to go over to Thomas. Thomas, what was the vibe like tonight in the party?
Stressful as hell, chaotic, not a lot of direction in any way until, maybe the last couple minutes of the scramble. It really felt like a live tribal in the sense that, like, no one wanted to talk, and yet everyone was trying to talk without being direct about what they were saying. It was a stressful time and a really sad time because we all like each other. That was sort of the theme that people kept talking about.
Today we were saying big purple energy. We all love George. We all love the energy that we're bringing here. Just to kind of reiterate what Thomas said, like we're all really, really close. We all feel like we're connected. We had great group chats last night. So it's been tough to try to figure out what to do moving forward.
Do we put any stake into this challenge kind of going forward?
Yeah, I feel like now it kind of is like determining like who's kind of with who, and both teams are having to do this, so we're kind of seeing like already a kind of fine line between the tribes and within themselves is who's kind of siding with who's having conversations with who, and all of that.
I've seen Survivor before. So when someone tanks a challenge, and especially when they say, oh, I'm really good at this, let me do it twice, and then tank out, that's not good for anything, right? And I feel really bad. I hope it's not me. I have a lot of passion for what my charity is.
How much do the challenges matter when considering who to vote out?
I think it all comes down to what each individual kind of values is what's most important to them at that particular point in their game. Having said that, we've only met each other for a couple of hours, and regardless of whether someone does good or bad, we all don't have much to go off other than the fleeting interactions that we've kind of had so far. So,
how does navigating the different rooms affect your decision? Do you find that you're just kind of making deals with the people that you end up talking to, or are you actually looking for the people that you want to be aligned with?
I think it's a mix of both, right? The room size definitely limits who you can jump in with, and I know there's definitely a lot of people that I've wanted to talk to, wanted to spend more time with, but just haven't been able to based on how the rooms lock up. I know there's been a lot of names thrown out today, but I know I've had solid conversations with certain folks, and I hope they vote with me today.
Well, do you feel like that you were able to speak with the people that you wanted to and get into the right groupings to truly be able to express yourself?
I missed out on some crucial conversations, which stinks. So
I'm wondering if you're looking at all to see who is talking to who.
When people say, hey, I was told to come in and see what you're saying, this person told me to come in here, like, it's hard because I know I screwed up today. And then when I have, people telling other people what to do and coming to check up on me, it's just hard. Someone will come in and they'll be like, hey, another person told me to check in and see if you're throwing out their name. And I'm like, I'm not throwing out names.
Ryan, what are the other factors at play coming into this vote that haven't been mentioned so far?
The factors that go through everybody's mind is who you see a path with. This game's a lot longer than one vote.
Is there a main factor that's been talked about amongst the group so far?
Today, I wish. No, I think a lot of it is we're still picking each other's vibes up. If anything's impacting, it's just if people leave a conversation with you, if they didn't feel good about it, you're getting sunk fast, and it's just ending it fast. So
I'm going to open up the floor. If anyone does want to say anything in regards to tonight's vote, anything at all, floor is open.
I'll jump out there. So I know we're saying tribe strength isn't, what we should dictate, and I totally agree on that. But think like 2 or 3 steps down the line. And this is for everyone, right? We have our alliances right now, but then who do you feel comfortable that's a 2, 3, 4 that you can go into a swap or something with? So, just think about that before you cast a vote.
All right. So with that said, if anyone has an advantage that you can play before the votes, now is your last opportunity to do so. All right, looks like we don't have any takers.
I'm voting for Megan. I don't want to vote for you, Megan. I wanted to do a mom thing together. This totally stinks, and I don't know how this happened.
Let's go!
Of course, tonight's vote is between two people that I'm in alliances with.
All right, everyone, the votes are in. If you have an advantage that can be played after the votes have been cast, now is the time to do so. Okay, no takers on that. So, we had 9 votes this evening. Our first vote was for Megan. Second vote was for Jess. Third vote was for Megan. Fourth vote was for Megan. So far we've got 3 votes for Megan, 1 vote for Jess. Our 5th vote for Thomas. 6th vote is for Cara. So we're at 3 votes for Megan, 1 vote for Jess, 1 vote for Thomas, 1 vote for Cara. All of the remaining votes are for Megan. Unfortunately, Megan, you have been deserted here at the crossroads and are eliminated from the game.
It's been fun. Good luck, guys. Be nice to one another.
So let's get right into things here with Team Sandra. So, Sandra, I'm going to Bar first. What was the vibe like going into the vote?
For me, not good. We were able to work together and win the challenge in such a big time gap, and it was practically meaningless. It's a pretty bad feeling knowing that you gave it your all and like you got there, like you won, and you still have to send someone home, and it's like no one here deserves to go home.
Totally fair. It is a crazy game, and you know what? It's not always a fair game. So, Josh, do you guys feel like you bonded at all by being picked by the Queen? Sandra?
I think heavily we did. I feel like everyone that is on this team wanted to be here, was dying to be here. I know Bar is like a huge Sandra stan, hands down. So I definitely believe that all of us being handpicked by the Queen to be in her court to represent her, I definitely think helps everyone, bond and have that sense of camaraderie.
Courtney, how are you guys deciding who's going to be doing what in these challenges? So far, they've been challenges where you get either placed or you guys are picking what task you're going to do. How's that going so far?
I literally am just telling people I'm a yoga instructor, fitness instructor, and I'm brawn over brain. Anytime that we have to figure things out, I'm just like brawn over brain because I have yogi brain as fuck. I am not happy about today, but I didn't do the brains on this team is just so incredible. I'm just so astonished at how quickly that they were able to figure it out.
All right, Rocky, do you think anyone has any reason to be nervous about tonight because of their challenge performances?
Just the fact that we actually won makes me feel so much better. Like when we got back in, we were like, we won, and we were just like, oh, whatever. But also just we're also Team Sandra, so we have to I have to represent a little bit of Sandra here with screwing up with challenges. I gotta rep our team captain a little. So if that was my job today, I think I did it well.
In defense of Sandra, she doesn't really mess up the challenges. She just doesn't play them. So
that is true.
That's smart.
Now, did the challenge performances come up at all during the strategy time there, Rocky?
Not really, to be honest with you. I think all of us just immediately hopped into the big room and we're like, God damn it, we won, but we lost. And I think that kind of squashed it real quick. And also, I just think our team's sense of humor also really squashed it because we all were just in honor, like they were like, it's okay, Rocky, like you did Sandra proud, like the same thing that I was saying earlier. And I just think our team morale really was like, it's okay, like everyone on this team is just super supportive.
Aleaha, how much do the challenges matter when we're considering who to vote out, do you think?
I think you have to consider all factors when you're looking to vote somebody out. Like you have to consider who you think would have your back come, I don't know, a couple rounds down the line. And like, if maybe it's your name that's going around, who would be willing to save you? So I think that there's a lot of other things that matter, not only besides the challenges, but I think that's important because nobody wants to come to Crossroads. You know, like, I don't want to be here.
Right. Now, typically, I mean, challenge threats start to become a problem in the middle of the game. Is there anyone who's kind of standing out right now as a challenge threat from your side?
We're at the beginning of the game, so I ask again at the middle of the game, please. If I'm still here, thank you.
Sondra, how are we doing with navigating the rooms?
You know, I'm trying to pay attention to who's in what room with who, you know, for how long.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we've got some really strategic players on our tribe, and I'm not thinking like that.
Is there any specific factor that you're looking into tonight when you're going to make your vote?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna take in my zen of Sandra and anyone but me. We're just gonna ride that out for the night and hope it's a good night for everyone. Obviously, one person it's not gonna be a good night for, but I think there's a lot of love in this room and a lot of love in this party. So.
All right, thanks, Kristin. Last thing I'm going to do before we get to the vote is I'm going to open up the floor for anyone maybe feeling particularly nervous, just has some last minute words that they'd like to toss out there to try to influence this vote in any way. Now is the time to chime in. All right, silence after watching Megan be the last person to speak and get voted out. If you have an advantage that you would like to play, that can be played before the vote, now would be the time to do that. More silence. All right. With that, we're going to get to the vote.
Yesterday I was saying I had to do whatever it took to get rid of Courtney because I couldn't even focus or concentrate talking to her. And then tonight I loved her and loved her energy and everything.
I think you're sketchy. I don't think there's anything else to say. You're the only person that said my goddamn name, and I really hope it's not me tonight and that everybody else wasn't lying to me.
All right, everyone, the votes are in. If you have an advantage that can be played after the votes, now is the time to do so. All right, let's get to the votes. We have 9 votes this evening. Our first vote is for Courtney. Our second vote is for Annie. Our third vote is for Sondra. We've got 1 vote Annie, 1 vote Sondra, 1 vote Courtney. Fourth vote is for Sondra. Our 5th vote is for Sondra. That's 3 Sondra, 1 Annie, 1 Courtney. Our 6th vote and all of the votes remaining after that are for Sondra. Sondra, unfortunately, you have been voted out by a vote of 7-1 to 1. If you have any last words, you can give them to us.
Hey, good luck, guys. I'm sad. Annie, watch out, girl.
Who voted for me? Why? For one, like, dude, what type of threat am I to you right now? Like, I'm going to be helping out in challenges and like, I'm just chilling right now. I'm not really doing anything that much. But like, the only reason I can think is like, they think that I have a compass and I don't have a compass, dude.
I got a vote tonight. What? Where did that come from?
I'm perplexed. Clearly, someone thinks that I'm a threat.
Speaking of votes, mine was for Thomas tonight. Nothing against the guy. I just really want to get the pot stirred and kind of create a little bit of chaos in the opposing alliance that, if it hasn't formed, will eventually.
Oh yeah, Thomas is so likable. Like everyone in our tribe likes him. That's just why I'm keeping my distance with Thomas right now, because Thomas and I are too similar. Like Thomas has that, like, he can like smile and laugh in a group setting. He can talk to people well.
Someone said he looked like Tom Cruise, and I didn't notice that, but maybe. I don't like Tom Cruise, but that's a whole nother issue.
The conversations that I'm having with people seem to be really good. I feel good about a lot of people. I would say I'm a little worried about Austin. I also am worried about Ryan and Eli. They were in a room. They were by the fire for a long time, and a few of us clocked it. And then Ryan seemed to be the one to kind of drive the vote for Megan. I'm happy somebody took initiative because all of us were scrambling, but I am going to keep an eye on the two of them.
Ryan came through with that, man. Like Ryan and I hadn't chatted this whole entire time. And then today was like the first time we got a chance. And I think we both just off the jump were like, finally, like somebody who I think has a similar mindset. Like we both just want to rip this game. We want to move through it where we can like be unabashedly ourselves and just talk through everything that we think. As like the minute I jumped in that room with him, I was like, dude, like, let's just cut it out. Like, I got to tell you what's going on. I need someone that I can shoot off with. Cool to do that too. Like if you want to have like that, just like it's straight up, like, cause I feel like we're going to move through the game better that way.
Right.
You know what
I
mean?
think,
Like,
I think at least for you and I, keeping our names in a conversation and then having these quick check-ins of just like, here's what I've heard so far, blank, 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 blank. What do we want to do? Knock it out back to every
no,
other
dude,
person.
I'm locked in then because
I'm
the same
absolutely
way.
down.
And just like I said, like the way that I kind of like tried to throw up that 4-person is like just trying to like when we do have conversations with other people, it's like making them think like this is a group think idea. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. So let me ask you, as you found the idol hunt yesterday in the announcements thread?
oh no, I was so behind the ball. I only found it like 20 minutes ago, and I messaged Shane.
I missed it at like 6 a.m. last night. Like I woke up and I fucked up my guessing for so long, and then I got beat to it.
Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I have Jess is locked in with me, Cara locked in with me, Erin locked in with me, Ryan locked in with me. So yeah, I don't have Joseph, Austin, or Thomas right now, but like, I don't need them.
This is who I am voting out. Makes me really sad to do that because I really did like talking with you. We had really good chats, but I think this is where most people are leaning. I'm sorry.
Megan, I'm sorry. I can't vote with you. Jess is one of my numbers, but I will not be voting for you, Megan. My vote is for Thomas tonight. My goal is to kind of spread a little bit of chaos, and I just don't want to vote for my alliance members, and hopefully this can kind of shake up his game a little bit.
So unfortunately, just by process of elimination, gotta go with Megan this evening. Don't worry though, hopefully your little songbird Joseph is right behind you.
Megan, my vote is for you. I'm so sorry, and it has nothing to do with anything personal. I made connections night one you weren't a part of, and I'm just going to honor those connections.
I'm voting for Megan because people are telling me to vote for Megan.
It's ironic that I'm on Team George and I'm voting for Cara, but this piece of paper is more interesting than our conversations have been. So, goodbye. Or I hope so. I don't know. We'll find out.
My vote is for Jess because I know everybody else is voting for me.
So my vote today is for Megan. This is a rough path. I started tonight saying I was going to look out for you, but ultimately, enough people in this tribe who I really want to take big steps forward with, we're all in the boat to vote for you. So unfortunately, I kind of have to get in line a little bit for these early rounds.
I have 2 names written down in front of me, and I am so torn between who it should be. One is the person who I connected to more. One is a person who I've connected to less. And I think, unfortunately, I don't want to isolate myself by throwing a rogue vote yet. So I'm going to follow what I think is the plan tonight. I'm voting Megan.
Hi, It's me. I'm voting for Annie tonight just because I don't know if Sandra has an idol. And I really like Sandra. So I'm going to vote for Annie and hope I don't get idled out.
I'm voting Sondra. She told me that people were throwing out my name and I don't buy it, so.
This is not personal. And I have really enjoyed you and your company, but when 7 other people are letting you know that they are writing down one name, well, except for Courtney, who's throwing her vote, you're probably going to have to do it, especially, you know, after talking to the Queen and her telling you today that majority of everything. So, sorry, Sondra, but I'm listening to Sandra. Love you.
You said my name. I think you're sketchy as fuck.
Girl, you was in there saying about how you don't know how to navigate these rooms. Maybe learn how to stay in a room and try to get to know someone instead of start jumping out as soon as someone starts talking. Goodbye.
I am voting for Sandra. Sandra, I think you're a threat. I think you're going to be great at finding idols and advantages, and I want to be the one doing all of that. I think you're taking it away from me, and also I think you've rubbed people a little bit the wrong way, and I think you're more threatening than anybody else right now. So my vote is for you, Sandra.
Oh, mess. Sandra, I guess if you want to come for me, but this goes against everything I think we should be doing. But okay, yeah, that's it.
Sandra, I am sorry. I am voting out you tonight. I think it's just group consensus makes it easy. You also threw out 2 people I want to work with, which doesn't help my decision, but hopefully just this is the path of least resistance, because I think our tribe cohesion is really good right now.
It's all about tribe strength, and as long as it's not me. So, Court, I'm sorry.
If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, and click on the bell to receive notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes or bonus content.
The losing party this evening was Team Sandra. See you all in an hour. Team George wins. Oh, wait. I got that backwards, didn't I?
Yeah, and you need to get them all back.
Everyone come back. I fucked that up.
Oh.
Everyone come back. I fucked that up. Everyone come back. I fucked that up.
Did we just get Steve Harvey to Jonathan?
I'm not a perfect person. I don't pretend to be a perfect person, so.
Anyone else feel like this is a weird Brady Bunch?
There are some people in the room who definitely do not know who the Brady Bunch are. I'm with you though, Jess.
Just so you know, I know what the Brady Bunch is.
Shut up. No. Bye. Okay, bye.
Appreciate you. Love your use of the silent H where it doesn't need to be.
Oh shit, I've really bad handwriting.